Coach, it is a building that has seen it all through the many years of its existence as EA Sports welcomes you to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Oakland Raiders. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started. And off we go from Oakland. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
The conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
What down? 185. He's coming.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
6-man. Check curls. Jim, lie down.
On second down, Jacobs. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
They try and run on first down, but this one's going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it second and 12.
At the 25-yard line.
Down. 180.
Yeah, let's go sack lunch.
Now they'll throw with Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Carr going to try and throw on third down. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Let's go.
At their own 14-yard line.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh.
They'll run for the first time here with Brown. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. Second and 10 coming up.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Back to throw now on second and 10. This will be caught by Brown. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That one good for 13 at a Dolphin first down.
Ready, set. 58. Blue draw, Corker. Check 52. Hey, Sam on. Go. Check. Crunch. Hey, Wahoo. Now.
They'll run on first down. It's Brown, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
2nd and 11. This pass complete to Higgins. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
3rd and 7.
White down. White 85. White 8. Check out.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. He may try and run for this. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Carr going to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
We're scoreless after 1. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. Now they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. This is Brown on the carry. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Check.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. Spins away. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9.
Look at me. Score.
They're going to look to throw. It's complete to Grant. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Miami.
Here we go. 30 base.
Tackle.
Get it.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to let one go deep for... He's got a man. Complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 35.
First down, Dolphins.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Check 24. Check 24.
Bam.
A run here with Brown. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here I come. Look, squeeze. Hey, Alpha. Go.
49. Check 49.
Hit it.
On 2nd down now. It's Brown. And he's going to be close to a 1st down as he gets this to the Raiders' 28.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here we go. 15 Ronnie. 15 Ronnie.
They'll run on 3rd down with Brown. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice. So they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio.
Let's go. Take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2nd and 9 now. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Mike Popo. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Kill.
Back to throw. And he finds a man. It's Martin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin 1st down.
And the Dolphins 1st down.
Set, ready? 90, Wolf. Hey, Delta.
Here we go.
Ready?
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Carr got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Carr now on 1st down. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. The kick by Tavecchio is good. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here we go.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Hey, high 7.
Now back to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll drop the throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got it at the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there, with his first career touchdown in his first career game, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are even at 10 apiece. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. That's fielded in the end zone.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. A run there on first down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
61, matchbox lights.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jacobs.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 17-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and it's third down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, we've got tight left. Five. Key to tight end. Hey, 4 down. Hey, check my down.
Here's 2nd and 8. Brought in over the middle by Grant. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Ready. 15 line. Go.
Catch a slant.
Leo.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it? Touchdowns.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Here's Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll try the right side here with Smith. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
7:34.
Now they'll throw with Carr. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it. Complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Raiders on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Shotgun now for Carr. Aguilar has it. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Well, some good games around the league here early in many of them as we come up on a first and 10. Back to inside the 25. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first for a good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on first and 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, partner, Marvin, our 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
Here's Carr to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to face a third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Got his man, it's Williams. No gain there on the completion. It'll be second down. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Throwing now is Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Jason Witten there to make the grab. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Check, check.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Jonathan Abram picks it, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They go play action here on 1st down. Raekwon McMillan. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Carr going to throw. He's going to air one out. This is caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Take 4, take 4.
The drive will commence with a run by Balaj. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And it's caught by Parker. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 44-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Right there. Come on, D. Watch safety. Rock it. Safety's creeping. Alert 3, alert 3. Smooth. Safe. Shoot.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Box drop.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 37. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. On 1st down, Jacobs. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 4-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Jacobs, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going the wrong. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the lead is now 24.